Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate 0. In the last episode, Rintaro Ogabe had caught up with Suzuha and Mayuri on the roof, with Daru and Maho trying to delete Amadeus before Leskinen and Stratfor could use them for their own purposes. Rintaro was about to let Suzuha and Mayuri undergo Operation Aquila, but one final obstacle stands in our way. It's not Stratfor, and it's not Alexis Leskinen. It is Kagari Sheena. Kagari had a handgun in her right hand, and in her left she was holding what looked like a bomb. And, by the way, Rintaro's been shot in the leg. There was no sign of the Professor, or the other men in camo. They haven't arrived yet. Kagari has arrived much earlier. That much was fortunate, but Kagari had shown up a little earlier than I expected. It seems that even after all this time, Kagari doesn't want the worldline to change either. I hadn't quite planned for this, but evidently I'd run out of time. And World War III is going to commence in a few hours.
くだらないことを言って悪かった。お前を守るためなら、ダルはどんなことでもやってのける。失敗なんてするわけないよな。
As long as you can travel back to August 21st, everything will be fine. We hope. There's no time for standing around.
マシンは無事に飛べる。だろう。もちろん。
Of course, having said that, we're not exactly in a position to get back to the time leap machine. Although, of course, actually, we're not entirely out of options, because even if Daru or Maho use the time leap machine in Rintaro's stead, thanks to the quirk of reading Steiner, Rintaro will retain his memories even as the worldline, well, the timeline shifts, not necessarily the worldline. In fact, there was no sign of anyone but Kagari showing up. That meant that Daru and Maru's efforts had been successful, and they'd kept the secrets of the time machine out of Stratfor's hands. It's all up to you two now. She was looking at my injured leg and panicking.
俺のことなら心配ない。14年後までは絶対に死なないからな。
Yeah, time to drop that little bombshell once again. Kagari fired again. The bullet struck less than 30 centimeters from where I was lying on the ground. Yeah, Kagari is still under the influence of Leskinen from the future, unfortunately. In other words, Kagari wants to go back to the 2036 that she came from. But that future, Kagari Sheena, is a dead end. As long as they can leave in the time machine. There's no turning back now. Suzuha pushed Mayuri into the time machine and out of my sight. Will do. Suzuha followed Mayuri inside, and at the same time the hatch started to close. Too late for that, Kagari. Kagari ran up to it. I forced myself to stand up, ignoring the piercing pain, and blocked her way. The future that Liskinen has crafted will not come to pass. Now you might be thinking that Liskinen's actions involving his past self might create a bit of a paradox, but not quite. Instead, what he has inadvertently done is create a temporal time loop, one linking his past self to his future self and vice versa. Thanks in large part to Kagushina. It's time to stand our ground. It ends here, Kagushina. And we've just been stabbed. Kagari kicked my injured leg in hard. Okay, so we hadn't been stabbed. The pain made me so dizzy I could hardly stand. Kagari slipped past me and tried to grab onto the time machine. She was going to use the bomb in her hand to destroy it. If she did that, things would turn out the same as the last time. My time leap would be wasted. We won't let her be wasted. I grabbed her from behind and wrapped my arms under hers. I pulled her away from the machine, ignoring the pain in my leg. Indeed, use that bomb and Mayuri perishes. And then what will you do? Mayuri tossed a hard drive to me from the almost completely closed hatch. Ah yes, the hard drive that Daru had conveniently hidden in the time machine. What fell on the floor was the thing that Kurisu had left behind for Maho, so the laptop may have been destroyed, but the hard drive was not. I think you have Daru to thank for that. I thought Russia had destroyed it. I could just barely make out Suzuha's voice from within the machine. So that was it. Daru had hid it in the time machine. And there is Mayuri. We'll be waiting. I could see Mayuri looking at me from the small gap in the door. That's right. This was a temporary goodbye. I'd see her again someday. Right, Mayuri? So I would send off my brave lab member 002 with my head held high. Otherwise known as Mayushi. He knows, Mayuri. He knows. I smiled as the hatch sealed completely shut. The time machine started to roar. I felt like I heard a helicopter in the distance. I believed in him, but for now I had no proof that Daru had been able to crack the complicated Amadeus system and delete every bit of data. It was possible that Special Forces teams from all around the world were converging on Akihabara right now. Imagining that made me want to hurry. Quickly. Go quickly. I felt like praying as I watched the pale light surrounding the time machine. It's too late, Kagari Shina. But if it's any consolation, they are saving the future, both from Leskinen's machinations and from World War III. Kagari's cry went unanswered. With that bright light, it has vanished from this world. Indeed, we were successful. Kagari sobbed and glared at me with eyes full of hate. Because we had no other choice. She shook away my hands and pointed the gun at my head. I stared her dead in the face.
君の素晴らしいママは鈴葉と一緒に世界をダメにしたバカな男を叱りに行ったんだ。この世界のためにとっても大事なことをしてきてくれるんだ。
嘘だ。
We're not lying,
ママも
Kagari.
鈴葉お姉ちゃんもかがりを置き去りにしていったんだ。
They haven't.
嘘じゃない。俺も君がもっと幸せな場所でマユリと出会えるようにこれから頑張ってみる。
Very much so.
だからもうやめにしよう。
Indeed. Because in the end all Suzuha wanted was to create a bright, happy future for Kagari Shina.
そんな話信じられない。
A future not devastated by World War III.
いや、君なら信じてくれるはずだ。
And a future where her existence is not toyed and manipulated with by Alexis Leskinen.
だって俺は君が本当は誰でどんなに優しい人かよく知っ
Ah yes, that little secret. The gun barrel started to shake a little.
私を知ってる？
知ってる。俺は48時間後からタイムリープしてきたからな。
And by doing that, we have, for the moment, saved your life, Kagari Shina. Kagari put her hands to her head as her body spasmed with pain. Curse you, Leskinen.
神様の声が騙されるなって言ってる。お前は嘘つきな敵だって殺してしまえばママのところへ帰れるようになるって。
It is the voice in your head that is lying to you, Kagari, not Rintaro.
世界を破壊しようとする悪い奴は殺せって。それで私は元の世界へ戻れる。
You want to go back to a world ruled by Leskinen? Kagari wasn't making any sense. Was this brainwashing? Indeed it is. Had the professor done something so cruel? In 2032, he has.
わからないわからないわからないわからないよ。
I grabbed the flailing hand that held the gun and looked deep into her eyes. She was crying and scared.
聞くんだ。ママはきっともう戻ってこない。でもこれから俺たちが頑張れば もしかしたらママも君も幸せな形で一緒に暮らせる世界が訪れるかもしれない。
We can still fix the future while
君
there
の
is a
ママは
future to fix.
そのために時間を飛び越えていったんだ。
In other words, to give Kagari the life she never had
そ
as a
のママの
child.
気持ちを台無しにしちゃダメだ。君は今からでもやり直せる。
But Kagari is still tormented.
神様の声に逆らってもいいの？
That man has used you and betrayed you, Kagari.
ああ、
The voice of God she was hearing was probably the professor's brainwashing. Indeed. How far had its claws sunk into her mind, I had no way to tell. But now we had Maho, a specialist in brain science. If we work hard at treatment, I'm sure she'll be okay.
ねえ、岡部さん。
Her voice was normal again. We're listening.
ママに会いたいよ。会えるかな？
会えるさ、いつか。
We'll have to wait. But you'll have to be patient.
よかった。
There was another sudden gunshot. Kagari's body collapsed right in front of me. I looked over at where it came from and saw another girl in a black motorcycle suit. She wasn't wearing a helmet, so I could tell it was Mooka Kiryu, pointing a gun at us. Her face was deathly pale, and she was crying.
なんで
Seems
なん
like
で
she's
お前が
finally...
こんな。
Seems like she's finally figured out the ruse.
なんでだよ、桐生萌か。
FB ねえ FB 私あんな女になんか騙されなかった。こんなの偽物の携帯だって分かったよ。だからお願い、私を見捨てないで FB。
Yeah, so she too was suspicious of Kaguri's actions. The cell phone fell from her hands. Another shot from her gun blew it into fragments. I held Kaguri in my arms. Her chest was turning red. Worldline convergence.
おい、しっかりしろ。
Instead of the soldiers from Strat 4, Mooka Kiryu has fatally wounded Kagari Shina.
よかった。神様の言う通りにしても間違うことあったんだ。
No, he wasn't.
自業自得ですよ。
In all honesty, you've been punished enough.
彼女の心を踏みにじって利用しようとしたからごめんなさい。こんな子になるつもりじゃなかったの。
It wasn't your fault, Kagari.
ねえママ、どこなの？
She's gone back back to the past. Her voice grew thinner. Morikakiryu collapsed some distance away. Her eyes were unfocused and all she did was mumble. She didn't even seem to be capable of coherent thought. Both of them would be in danger if I didn't get them to a hospital. But World War III is still going to happen. Dozens of men in camo jumped over the fence on the roof out of nowhere. Even Daru Maho couldn't succeed in this short a time span. Or was this world line going to converge so that the war started here, no matter what? No, but...
無駄なんかじゃなかったさ。
If nothing else, they bought me time. And that had delayed the attack long enough for Suzuha and Mayuri to leave. That's right, in this instant, we had already won. The way forward was still uncertain, but there was no doubt that the path to Steins Gate lay before me.
目標1ロスト。目標2、目標3もロスト。どうなってる？
In other words, game over, Stratfor. You lose. The leader was talking on his radio. I could see attack helicopters in the sky. I heard that siren again.
ゲリラ攻撃情報。ゲリラ攻撃情報。当地域にゲリラ攻撃の可能性があります。屋内に避難し、テレビ、ラジオをつけてください。
That is the announcement, repeating once again for our benefit. The war was starting. Just as I had thought, even the time leap couldn't change that.
Rintaro じゃないか。
You definitely took your sweet time, Leskinen. But you're too late. Leskinen appeared from behind the men in camo. That's right. He was a secret member of Stratfor, just like them.
なぜここに？Kagari は死んだのかい？
Indeed she is, no thanks to you.
聞かせてくれ、Rintaro。タイムマシンはどこに？
August 21st. Read it and weep, Leskinen. I lay Kagari down on the ground and slowly rose back up. Blood wouldn't stop coming out of the wound on my leg. The pain was getting worse. But even still, I stood up proud and strong. In front of the men with their guns. In front of the attack helicopter with its rocket launchers and missiles. In front of the professor. In front of the war that was about to begin. I laughed as loud as I could in that voice. Tremble before the might of Korin Kiyoma.
貴様らが手に入れようとしたタイムマシンはもうここにはない。この時代にはもう存在しないのだ。残念だったな。せいぜい悔しがるがいい。
Throwing caution to the wind as
そして
always.
恐れるがいい。この法王院教魔は貴様らにも運命にも負けることはない。
We've lost far too many times, but never again.
俺は必ずシュタインズゲートを見つけてみせる。
That's right. This was the beginning of the long, long epigraph necessary to reach Steins Gate. Madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, otherwise known as insanity. Einstein once said that when he despaired of human folly. But now I would gladly give myself over to that madness and folly. I would use every bit of dedication and obsession within me to seek the lone different outcome, which the laws of God could not reach.
それがこの俺の
The choice of
選択だ
Rintaro, Okabe, of Hoin Kyoma, and ultimately the choice of Steins Gate itself, as always. And that was the ending. The ending of Steins Gate 0. Of course, it hasn't slipped my mind that Mayuri going back to August 21st is actually a very crucial point in time in Steins Gate. Because remember the divergent point on August 21st? Remember the moment where Mayuri slapped Rintaro as hard as she could, I should say, when he had given up on Kurisu Makase and that first abysmal failure? Yeah, it's all starting to tie together, isn't it? The worldline diverged at that moment once before, but now at this point in time, it is converging back to that point. And that is it has been an interesting adventure thus far, adventurers. And you can see how it all begins to tie together. But of course, as Daru once said in the worldline of 2036, the road to Steins Gate cannot be achieved in a single try. And that is why this Let's Play adventure has unfolded the way that it has. There was definitely a reason for that. We had to go through the events of all those previous world lines in order to get closer to the truth and to edge ever closer to the elusive world line that is Steins Gate. And at the very end, Rintaro Okabe, Hoin Kyoma, laughs boldly in the face of fate and death itself, content in the knowledge that his actions will finally pave the way to Steins Gate. After so long. But as before, our journey is not over yet. Milky Way Crossing. The next chapter in this adventure.
計画の最終段階について話そう。
Indeed, everything has been building to this point, adventurers. Everything has been converging to this very moment in time. And when we return, adventurers, and Rintaro Okabe, or rather Hoin Kyoma, will elaborate on the various aspects of this journey from beginning to end, and how it all ties in together in the wheel of causality. Because everything up until this point has been done for a reason, and that reason will be explained in the next episode. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.